Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Chibi Deadpool. So we're going to start with the eyes. We're going to draw two big circles, one on the left starting from the top, down around the bottom, and then back up to the top again. And we'll draw the same thing on the right side. I want to make sure that I get the same size and height. So starting at the top, try to make a nice even circle all the way around. Okay, so from here let's draw the inner part of the mask. So inside of the eyes, just in the center, I'm just going to draw two dots, okay, so side by side. From here I'm going to curve up to the left side. So this is going to curve up to about here. So I'm going to start at the top and just curve down to the bottom. From here I want to make my way to the right side. So start at the bottom and work my way to the top. Okay? From here we're going to go down along the bottom underneath the eye. So just center of the eye, come down to about here. We'll curve up to the top. We'll move our way to the right, starting from the inside, and we'll curve down to the bottom of the right eye. From here we're going to connect this point to here with a curve. So we're going to curve out around the eye, back in, and on the right side we'll start from the top and curve around the eye. Just kind of work our way in like so. From here, let's draw in a little bit of a nose wrinkle, just because the mask will create a little bit of a wrinkle across like that. On either side of the eyes, we're going to start by putting a point just underneath the eye area like this. So you see it's almost in line with the bottom of the eye here. I'm going to curve these around to the bottom of the chin, and I want the chin to be quite shallow. I don't want it to be too long. From here I'm going to bulge the side out and come in towards my finger. From here I'm going to continue curving and work my way to the right side slowly. And pull that back in. From here we're going to go up to the top of the head. Now the top of the head is quite large on a chibi character, so we're going to go up right about here. We're going to curve almost like a circle all the way around. We're going to make our way just right of center. So we're just going to pass center point. We're going to leave a little bit of a gap here because of that little hood tip that comes up here. We're going to imagine this line continues this way on the right side and makes our way to the bottom of the cheek there. Let's draw the tip of the hood. So up here we're going to do a little overlap. We're going to come back towards the left and draw a little wave. So going up, down, and then up to the tip. From here we're going to curve in behind the head like so. Okay, so we got that. Let's draw in some of the lines. So at this point here, we're just going to curve inwards and up, tucking that underneath the top of the head. Same with the right side. We're going to curve up and just tuck that in there. On the bottom here, we're just going to start at the bottom point, curve to the bottom. Same thing on the right side, like so. Now from here, let's get into the body. So we're going to draw a little short, stout body. I want the waist to come down to right about here. So on either side of the head, we're just going to leave a gap. We're going to come down with a curve. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. So you can see that I'm sort of going outwards a little bit, just to give them that little chibi style body. From here, let's draw on the shoulder straps. On the left, I'm going to come down a little bit and curve a line up underneath the head. We're going to make that twice as wide. So we're going to just make a thicker band underneath that. Here we'll do the same thing. So we're going to flip this over. So curve into that line on the side of the body and draw it again underneath. Let's draw the little buckle. So here we're just going to draw a little curve on either side that curves up, and then a little button circle just inside. From here let's get into the belt buckle. So there's a big circle in the middle here with an emblem inside. So we're going to start at the top and draw another circle. A circle there. We're going to draw the trim around this. So in the center here, we're going to draw two lines right beside each other. We're going to leave a gap at the top and the bottom. From here I'm going to curve around, just trace the inner part of that circle. Now inside here I'm just going to draw a little half circles on either side like that. Let's draw in some pouches. So on either side of this buckle, I'm just going to draw a rectangle. So on the side here, I'm just going to draw a line going up. We'll go across, almost to the edge of the body, and then we'll come straight down and across the bottom. Let's draw the same thing on the right side. So coming down, it's about the same height as the belt buckle. Come down and straight across. Now we're going to do the same thing we did up here. We're going to go up to the corner on the left, come down, and then back up on the right, and we'll draw a little button, a little circle. Draw the same thing on the right side. Now let's draw on the belt. So down here, we're just going to come down a bit and go straight across behind the buckle and over on the right side. We'll do the same thing on the bottom. So coming up a little bit, going across on both sides. Now here, we're just going to continue that line. Just close off that gap there. Up here, we're just going to close that gap again. Now from here, let's get into the legs. I'm going to draw the bottom part of the torso first. So down here, I'm going to draw a line straight across the middle. From here, let's draw on the inner part of the leg. And now the legs, I want to come down to about here. It's about the body is, or the legs are about the same length as the body. So I'm going to go in, step in a little bit, do an overlap, curve down to the heels. About the same length. Now from here, let's draw in the bottom of the feet. So the feet, I'm going to make it quite long. So 2 equally length lines across like that. From here, I'm going to go up with 2 short lines on the toes. And from here, I'm going to curve in. Curve up and in. Now we're going to go back up to the hips. From this line, I'm going to curve right into the top of that foot. Curving it right in. So there's a nice little overlap. Let's draw a little bit of shoe detail. So at the front of the toe here, right at the top here, at that point, we're going to curve with the same curved line as the bottom of the foot. We're going to come down in an angle. And then we're going to trim the bottom sole. Let's do the same thing on the right. So going across with a curve, coming down in a diagonal angle, then drawing in the bottom of the sole. Up here, we're just going to draw a curve for the toe cap. Do that on both sides. And we'll draw a little bit of detail on the ankle. So we're going to put a little strap here. So right here on the left side, I'm just going to curve. And we'll go up a little bit and draw that exact same curve just above it. Let's do the same thing on the right side. This. We're going to draw a little bit of body detail in here. So in the side, on the left side here, we start by the strap and the shoulder strap. We're going to go straight across with a short line. Come down, straight down, go across, just above this pouch, and we'll come straight down. Let's take that and draw the exact same thing on the right side, just flipped over. So we're going across, straight down to the same height as we have on the left, coming across, and then straight down into that pouch. Underneath the pouch here, I'm going to curve with the contour of the leg. So you can see I'm curving like I did with the outside of the leg. Underneath this pouch on the right, we'll do the same thing, so curving down. Okay, so we got the body. Let's get into the arm. So I'm going to have him holding 2 swords. Let's start with the arm on the left. So I'm going to have it curving out to the hand right about here. So underneath this chin, I'm going to come up a little bit and just draw a curve to the wrist. Underneath here, we're going to draw the bottom of the arm. So curving, that same curve. Now let's get into the thumb. So I'm going to have it holding like this. So we're going to have to start by drawing that thumb first because it's on top of the fingers. So starting right at the top of the wrist here, we're going to curve and curl around a thumb like that. From this point, I'm just going to curve down towards the center of that arm. So you see the center point of this arm, that's where that line comes to. We'll draw on the first finger. So we're going to come up here and draw a little curve like that. We're going to do a series of overlaps. So down here, I'm just going to draw another curve that curls underneath the thumb. And then again, we'll draw the exact same thing right beside it, just tucked underneath. From here, we're going to draw the bottom edge of the sword, the handle. So here, we're just going to draw 2 lines side by side. Go straight across. And if you want, you could draw a couple of lines inside like that, just for a little detail. From this bottom part of the wrist, we're going to curve out and tuck that in underneath the sword. Let's draw in the wrist strap. So up here, we're going to come up a little bit and just draw a curve. And up here, we'll draw that same curve, like so. Up in the shoulder area, I'm just going to draw a curve like that. Okay, so meeting up with that side of that shoulder strap. From here, let's draw the rest of the sword. So we're going to come up to about here. So you can see the angle that I have. I want to continue that angle up above that finger. Up here, I want to draw the same thing like that. Then we're going to draw the sword handle top. So we're going to draw an angled line across. We're going to do 2 short lines like this. And then just close it off at the top like that. Again, we want to go in, just draw a couple lines in for some detail. Let's draw on the sword. So we're going to draw the sword coming up like this. So I'm going to start at the top of the sword. I'll put a little dot there. From here, I'm going to go straight into the sword. So you can see I'm trying to get that straight line, same angle as the handle. And the easiest way to do that is to pull the pen towards you. From the tip, I'm going to curve out and then just come in. If you want, you can draw a little bit of detail here. Again, starting from the tip and just aiming for the center of the sword. Let's take that arm and draw the exact same thing on the right side. So we're going to go down towards the hand. So again, starting at the same point, up in the shoulder, curving towards the wrist. We'll do the bottom part of the arm. Now from here, we're going to draw on the thumb. So starting here, we curl around and just draw the thumb. And then that little detail that comes in towards the middle of the wrist there. So this is this part right here. Let's draw on the first finger. So up here on the thumb, we're going to draw a curve. We're we're going to do an overlap. So from here, we're going to curve around in behind that thumb. And then again, we're going to draw it one more time. Little curve like that. Let's draw the handle of the sword. So down here, I'm going to draw 2 lines. Again, I'm aiming towards that direction there. Draw a line across just to close that off. And then 2 lines inside just to give a little detail. From the wrist, we're going to curve and tuck that in underneath that finger there. Let's draw on the wrist straps. So from this side, curve from top to bottom, or bottom to top. Down here, right by the shoulder strap, the top of the shoulder strap, we're just going to curve to the outside of the arm. Let's draw that top part of the sword. So up here, again, I'm aiming towards that bottom part of the sword handle. We're going to draw a line across to close it off. And again, we're going to draw 2 lines inside. Draw 2 short lines going out, and then closing this off with a straight line. Okay, now I'm going to draw on the sword. I want to make sure that they're roughly the same height. So right about here. So I'm going to aim towards the tip of the sword, right about there. From this tip, I'm going to aim right towards that point in the handle of the sword. So coming straight in towards me. Take that same point, curving out, and then in. Going back to the top of the point and curving down and just aiming for the center in between those 2 sides. And one last thing you could do is adding 2 pouches on the outside of the hips. So at the same height here, we're going to go across, down, and then into the body. We'll do that on both sides. Coming down just to give a little bit of width and bulk. And then up here, we're just going to draw a diagonal line just along the top. And that's it. There we have it. There's Chibi Deadpool. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like, share this with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.